The Kolbrin Bible, read to you by Nick Andrew Hurley. Chapter 6. Dadam and Lewid. Maeva fled for her life, and many kinfolk went with her, but Dadam was unable to follow, being laid low with the sickness. This loosened his tongue, so it became uncontrollable, making him babble like a child, and the sickness covered his body with red sores from which came an issue. Lewid also departed for a place far out in the wilderness. Those with Dadam, who looked back towards the place of the garden, saw bright tongues of light licking the sky above it, the whole being interwoven with flickering flames in many hues. Those who sought to return were repulsed with a tingling ache over their bodies which increased into severe pain as they approached, so they were driven away. When Dadam recovered so he could stand, only a few remained with him, and they all moved further into the wilderness to a place where there was water and pastures. There Dadam left Hurley, his son, and the boy's mother, with Habaris, the learned, and set out to find Lewid. After many days, Dadam and those with him came upon Lewid and his yoslings, who were full of sickness, and slew many, but Lewid was not slain, though mortally wounded, and he lay against a great rock. When Dadam came near, Lewid raised an arm heavily and said, "Hail to the victor and benefactor who has come to terminate our wretchedness." While Dadam stood sternly contemplating him, Lewid said, "To kill me now is your prerogative, for even we lesser beings, who are far removed from God-men, have the law of husbandry pride. What I did has been done before, and will be done again, but I err by crossing an unknown barrier which could not be dissemed, for we, within ourselves, are no more contagious to each other than are your people. If then I must die, let it be for my part in spawning the cankworms of disease which have stricken both our peoples." Back in the dreaming time, when the great gods strove among themselves for dominion over the sky spaces, and the wide expanse of earth was rent apart by unearthly wildfire, Behemoth was cut apart by the bright arrows of Shemus. Then this land was given to my people as their domain, while yours was in another unearthly place far distant. Our domain was a pleasant place, and though you teach that because of this we remained as we are, yet we were content. We know of no great design, nor of any barely attainable objectives to which men must aspire. Such striving, as you know, is to us no more than purposeless vexation. I have my God, and you have yours, and as they strove one against the other before times, so will it always be. But now there is a new battleground with new battlefields and new battle chiefs. I will go to my appointed place, and you will go to yours, and from thence, as leaders of the fray, we shall wage a never-ceasing war. Such is fated and must be. But who will win the fair prize of earth for their king? We shall not strive with clubs and lances, the hurling stones and flying dart, but with more subtle weaponry. This thing is not our choice. We are but playthings of fate. That you and I should head the fray is not because of our qualities, but because we were where we were when we were. Now we are but two precarious points of life in a hostile wilderness. But what might it be in 100 generations? Dadam said, "These things I know too, for my eyes have always been open. I too have looked into an endless plain without any horizon, but I shall lead those who have grown strong through seeking and striving, while those in your ranks will be weakened through indulgence in the flesh pots and pleasure places of earth. We are the disinherited, but not the disowned. We have the seeds of victory within us. You and yours were never more than you are, sons of the easy path, followers of the downhill road." Then, when these things were spoken, Lewid died, and Dadam and those with him burnt his body. Dadam and those with him wandered the wasteland for many days, then turned southward towards the mountain. Then it happened that one day Dadam was seated apart, in solitude among rocks, with chin on chest, and a hunter of the Ublatites came upon him from behind. The hunter slung a smooth stone as the man turned, and it struck out his eye. Then the Ublatite slew him by smashing his head with a stone. The hunter was the son of Enkodur, son of Ananari, king of the Ublatites. By Uncleton, daughter of the Chastizi, This is known because those who were with Dadam came out of the barren places and learned the ways of builders, becoming great among the Ublatites in raising cities along the river. Among them was Enkiligal, who built Caridor, which stands between the two great rivers, and Netar and Balatesharman, who taught men the ways of writing, setting the letters upon a pillar in Harak. End of chapter 6.